I wanted to check in with my spirit guides. Am I speaking with beings of light and love? Okay, wonderful. Well, today I wanted to touch on the topic of densities. There's a lot of discussion about moving from 3D to 5D. So that's a topic I wanted to talk about. So we are currently in 3D. And are we moving into 5D? Yes, okay. And the Earth is moving into 5D. Is the Earth already in 5D consciousness? Yes. And, but we are still not there. So no. So we are still making the move to 5D. Yes. Okay, wonderful. I wondered if there is a 4D. I don't hear a lot of discussion about 4D, so I'm wondering if you can shed some light on what exactly 4D is. Yes. 4D. I. S is A. S. T. A. T. E state, O, F of, C, O, N, S, C, I, O, U, S. So 4D is a state of consciousness. Okay. So it's really, 5D is also a state of consciousness. Okay. What is the distinction between 4D and 5D? T, H, E, D, I, S, T, I, N, C, T, I, O, and the distinction, I, S is, O, N, E1, O, F, U, N, D, E, R, S, T, A, N, D, I, N, G, understanding. So the distinction is one of understanding. Okay. So what I think that you are saying is that in 3D, we don't understand our true nature. Okay. So we are divine beings. So we are emanations of source based on past conversations we've had. So 4D is 4D just an understanding of who we are? So that's what 4D is really a knowing or a full disclosure, if you will, of who we are as divine beings. Okay. Okay. And then 5D. So how then would you define 5D related to 4D? 5D, I, S, U, N, I, T, Y, unity, C, O, N, S, C, I, O, U, S, consciousness. So 5D is unity consciousness. So that's difficult for me to understand completely from the 3D perspective. But in essence, what I think you're saying is that we're still separated in 4D. So we're still separate levels of consciousness, but we know that we are divine beings. But 5D means that we're unified as one consciousness in essence. Yeah, it's almost a little difficult for me to understand, but that does shed a little bit of light on the distinction between the two, so thank you for that. So the earth is in 5D consciousness, and we are not quite there yet. And we've talked about this before, but what exactly do we need to do in order to make the shift or evolve into the next level of consciousness? Y, O, U, N, E, E, D, need, T, O2, F, I, N, D, find, L, O, V, E, you need to find love, I, N, in, Y, O, U, R, your, H, E, A, R, T, S, hearts. You need to find love in your hearts. So, and we've talked about this before, but to forgive yourself, to forgive others, to find compassion and empathy, and realize that we are all of the same, from the same source. We are all emanations of source, and therefore we all deserve love and compassion in this experience. And this 3D experience is not reality, no. This is a school for souls. That's what you called it before in a prior session. So that's really our goal. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for explaining that. One thing I did wonder about is we do retain our physical bodies in both 4D and 5D. Yes, okay. So is there a point where we become pure consciousness so that we no longer need or require physical bodies? Yes, okay. So in which density would that occur? 6. Okay, so you're pointing to the number 6. Okay, 6 density is where we no longer need physical bodies and we become pure energy. Would that be a way to describe it? Okay, all right, thank you. And just out of curiosity, how many densities are there in total? 1, 2, 12. Okay, so there are 12 densities in total. Okay. All right, thank you for explaining that. And just to kind of pivot onto another issue that I've had questions about, I've read that we are receiving codes from the sun. So is that correct? Yes, okay. So what exactly are in these codes? What is the purpose of them? T, O, 2, U, N, L, O, C, K to unlock, D, O, R, M, A, N, T, dormant, D, N, A, to unlock dormant DNA. So that is a divine plan, or part of the divine, I don't know how else to say it than plan, to make us aware that we are divine beings and that unlocking of these codes, we will begin to understand our true nature. Okay, so do we need to take action based on these codes? No. Okay, so this is just happening without our involvement completely. Okay, what are some things that we might experience that would show that the codes are, or that our DNA is being activated? What are some symptoms or things we might experience? P, S, Y, C, H, I, C, psychic, P, H, E, N, O, M, E, N, O, M, phenomenon. So we may begin to see lights. So maybe lights in the sky. Will we begin to hear things? Will we begin to hear things with our ears, or will we begin to hear things internally? B, O, T, H, both. Okay, so we may start to have interactions from possibly other beings, star beings, and we also may start to hear sounds like possibly, I know I myself have heard a buzzing in my ears for quite a while now. Is that a common symptom? Okay. And then seeing lights maybe outside. Okay. Are there any other symptoms or things that we may experience that would be part of this process? Yes. Okay. Y, O, U, M, A, Y, May, S, T, A, R, T, start, T, O2, S, E, E, C, U, F, O, S, UFOs. You may start to see UFOs. Okay, so is this a new phenomenon? Meaning, have the UFOs always been here? Yes. Okay. So that's not like they're showing up for the first time. No. It's just that our consciousness is expanding in order to see them. And that's just part of the natural divine process of evolution in our consciousness in order to understand that we're not alone in the universe. No, it's not just us. There's a multitude of life out there that we will understand at some point. I wondered if there is a timeline for full disclosure. Well, I guess what I'm asking is, it sounds like it's going to happen on an individual basis based on our own expansion of consciousness. Is there any kind of large event planned for disclosure? Okay, so there won't be UFOs landing on the White House lawn, nothing like that. Okay, people talk about that, but that's not how it will occur. Okay, how would you recommend people deal with this? Some may be frightened by this because it's so new to us in the 3D world or experience. What would you recommend your average person do in order to prepare themselves for this? D, O, N, O, T, do not, B, E, B, A, F, R, A, I, D, do not be afraid. Okay, because this is a divine plan to show us who we truly are. And this is not something that is malevolent or scary or aliens aren't taking over. It's nothing like this. This is just our own awareness is expanding to understand the true nature of who we are. Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and wrap up this session for now. Is there any last thing you'd like to add before I wrap it up? Yes, okay. W E L O V E Y O U. We love you. Okay, well, thank you. Sending much gratitude and thanks and love for this information. Telling you good night for now. G O O D N I G H T. Good night.